morning, traders. Welcome to the TMT stock market strategy video for Friday, September 9th. Okay, so we had another flat day in the markets. The markets actually, if you were long, you probably got stopped out. If you were short, you got stopped out to end flat. Basically hovering around the 15-minute opening range where here at TMT, what we show you how to trade during the day. The good thing about it is that Mario Draghi of the ECB spoke yesterday, and watching the live feed or grabbing the meeting minutes is something that you should be doing, even if you're a day trader. It's very, very important because it kind of sets the tone for the day and days that are days to come. So, real quick and briefly, when Mario Draghi was speaking, he had said that his bond purchasing program is doing quite well. We're doing fantastic. As always, there's nothing wrong, right? But they're having problems buying bonds. There's no more bonds to buy, basically. So, in a nutshell, and there's more to it, but in this short video, I'm just going to be very, very brief. And then one of the reporters mentioned, well, why can't you just buy stocks or ETF like Japan's doing? There's a lot of other countries that do so. And he just said that we're doing quite well, and he kind of ignored the reporter. Now, why wouldn't you buy stocks or ETF if you think that the market's going to continue to go up? Well, no, because he's heavily exposed to the bond. He has tons of bond exposure, and he doesn't want to buy stocks because stocks are fully valued, and even in the eurozone. So that's a major, major concern. And then when he said that we're not adding any more, we're doing well right now. We're not going to cut rates. Um, what happened to the bonds? Bonds deteriorated yesterday, and rates exploded. And that's what I said in our Pro Trader Premier video many times, as well as I hinted in a free video about rates. Watch rates. I'm going to show you the charts right now. So the bad news, guys, another inside day, which is tremendously annoying. However, rates rise and bonds start to really sell off, you are going to get a sell-off in equities. You are going to just have money rotate out of bonds, money come out of stocks even. And I understand you'll say, hey, well, wait a minute, bonds are moving low, stocks should go up. No, because bonds and stocks and gold have all been going up at the same time. And when you have that play of low rates, where no yield out there, where what happens? They put their money in stocks. So rates start to rise and really start to spike. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen today, tomorrow, or next week. You might get some follow through in rates. Rates are rising this morning. The German 10-year bond really started getting hit hard this morning, and that's why you have futures down a little bit this morning. But really, we need to pay attention to the next coming days and weeks, and that could give us some a big, big volatility spike. And again, this is the VIX here in front of you. So that's what really I'm looking at. It could it be a game changer? Absolutely. This is what I'm watching. Here's your Bollinger Bands, and then VIX could explode out of this pattern. Even if it's 3, 4, 5 days, you could see 17, 19 in the VIX in a matter of days. You look at this here from 14, it went as high as 29, or yeah. So that's something that it could happen. So you definitely don't want to be short VIX. And if you look at the commitment trader reports that come out every week, VIX is the most short interest since the instrument has been invented. So crazy if you're short VIX, that's for sure. Now let's get into the rates, and I've showed this to you in a free video. You've seen this many times in the Pro Trader Premier video. Here's the 10-year. Okay, beautiful ascending triangle. And the last time I mentioned it here in a free video, I said we broke down a little bit. And I said it's not really not worry. If we take out this current swing low, then it's something to worry about. If you're looking to trade the bond short. But this pattern measures up to the 185, okay? And I believe that we can get there. And I do believe that interest rates have bottomed. You're going to see a generational low in interest rates. I just don't believe that rates are going to go any lower than this. And that's going to put a big predicament in the central banks around the world, as well as the Fed, because they all own our bonds, and bonds are starting to move lower. And if you get a rush to the exits, guys, I'm telling you, you're going to see this explode, and you're going to have major sell-off at one point in equities as well. Now, when does that happen? That's the big question. Let's take a look at the TLT. Now, you could trade bonds via the TLT ETF, and I've mentioned this. You've seen this also before many, many times, and I'm just going to move this trend line down. This is the TLT ETF. We started with that M formation, if you recall, and then we kind of dragged out into this descending triangle. And I'm gonna start out with a 38% retracement here, which is real nice because why you have that beautiful, beautiful thin zone, and it's like a magnet, guys. So and it coincides nicely with this uptrend line. So I think 134 is going to be really the target right now in the TLT. Okay, so watch. We got a major distribution day, so lots and lots of volume. You can see here that on the move up, volume did spike up, which is that's what you want to see. But as we got into this holding pattern, we had diminishing volume. Now, that's also bullish, right? Because if you're looking at a pattern, you want diminishing volume. But when you get out of the pattern and you break down and or up for this case, and you see, let's just say this is a green candle, that's what you want, confirmation that we are getting momentum to the upside. In this case, it's to the downside. Okay. So I'm watching the bonds, I'm watching TLT, and of course rates. And you can watch the rates, guys, via the TNX. You just divide that by 10, and that'll get you the rate. Okay. All right, GLD. I also said let's take a look at this, and this is part of the Pro Trader Premier video levels, and I'm going to show you a sample of that. You're gonna, it's really really cool. It's fascinating, guys, and I'm telling you, if you're having problem identifying where to buy, where to short, even where to take profits, the Pro Trader Premier for $69. Excuse me. We are running a special again soon. Is bar none. This is just off the daily. So you can see here that double top was identified. We put that resistance level on. So now that we're back up here, if we start losing these gap fill areas, I believe that this double top formation ends down to 120 and a half. I think that we can get down there. I really do. And if rates rise, gold does not like rising interest rates. Next is going to be the GDX. We've already hit our three targets already. This is from our Pro Trader Premier video, but I just wanted to show that to you. We're down here. We hit that target. And I said that I'm looking for that gap fill area here of 29, even possibly 30. But this uptrend line is holding and well intact. So if we start to take out yesterday's low, I think we'll fill the gap and maybe even go lower. Again, this and gold does that. Gold just flushes out the weak hands before another move higher. All right, and there, as far as the uh, the indexes, we're going to run right through them because nothing has happened. You can see here, but get ready, guys, because I do believe that we're going to have some nice volatility coming into the fourth quarter, and then we can actually buy the market at decent levels. Okay, going into that Santa Claus rally that we usually get every year. But you can see here. We had a little move up on the non-farm payroll report. We've been sideways ever since. Same thing here, non-farm payroll report, sideways ever since. And this is coming off of that Brexit low. So we've been stuck in this range for 2 months. It is very, very frustrating, especially if you want to you look at a trade and you want to do things, to make money, and you're sitting there patiently waiting. But remember Jesse Livermore, the greatest trader that ever lived, and still to this day, patience is definitely a virtue in the market. Okay, and he has a big quote for that, and something that you guys should be looking that up. Next is the 60-minute spiders. You could see what a big mess, and again, part of our Pro Trader Premier video, what we do is you can see here we identify patterns. Target was hit. Pro Trader Premier video guys, that subscribers, they knew that this pattern ended up playing out about 5-6 days later. And I'm going to show you this is the level of what you would be getting. And it's quite amazing. You could see here. Now we're just in a range, so but everybody understands in the video, the subscribers, where your levels are and what your levels should be looking at. Okay, taking a profit, resistance, any pop into these resistance zones is something that we're looking to get short. And if they take out resistance, this resistance ends up being support. Same to the downside. Okay. So something really, take a look at it, guys. It's pretty amazing stuff, and it works really, really well. It's the levels aren't just like trend lines. It's a multitude of Fibonacci numbers, retracements, and of course pivots are involved. So there's a lot to do with it. Daily IYT transports. You could see here. It did have a nice day. I really treat this as suspect, guys, and I'll tell you why. It's the only real index in this, all right, is the airlines. All right, the airlines are really the only ones that are pushing us higher, and I wouldn't give it too much credence that the airlines. I like to see the rails, the truckers run all at the same time. Here's the IWM. You can see that here. We're at the upper end of the trend line. If we do start to roll over, I'm looking for the bottom of that trend line as well. And lastly is going to be the Qs. You can see that here as well. That's still that big area, that pivot low, 116.15, it needs to hold if we do get a pullback. Otherwise, you'll get into this channel, and then we'll set up some pullback retracements for you guys. All right, guys, I hope it helps. Have a great weekend, and enjoy the weekend as well, and we'll see you on Monday.